Okay, so I'm going to explain exiles, managers, and firefighters and internal family systems in a way that military will understand. Exiles are the parts of us that are hidden, traumatized, and burdened with beliefs like, I'm not good enough, I don't matter, I'm not safe. Exiles are the parts of us, think of them like the landmines in your psyche. They're buried under the sand, and we don't really know they're there until someone steps on them. And we have other parts that kind of protect us from landmines. We have manager parts. Think of them as your ops, maybe your logistics. They're proactive, daily functioning parts. So recon helps us figure out if there is anything to worry about. Maybe our IT part is an information gathering part. Our MP is maybe the part of us that's critical, punishing, making sure we play by the rules so we don't get hurt. Maybe our EOD is constantly looking for threat. Maybe an anxious part that's always scanning. We've got linguistics and comms. Maybe they, are always using language to protect ourselves, like passive-aggressive language, passive language. Maybe our admin part is that part that creates to-do lists. So our managers kind of keep the landmines where they are. We don't have to know they're there. We don't pay attention to them. They don't get triggered. We're fine. But every now and then, somebody steps on one of our landmines, somebody outside of ourselves. And when they do, our firefighters get activated. Firefighters are our expeditionary ground forces. They're reactive, right? Maybe they're artillery, special forces, infantry. They're going in and they're clearing it out. Sometimes those firefighters can bring things like, we can use numbing agents like MREs, which would represent like using food as a way to cope. Some people use exercise as a way to cope. And I also have Jody in here, but I'm not going to explain that. You military people know what I mean by that. And these are the ways that we, get those landmines back under the sand. Nothing to see here, folks. Let's numb them out. But our managing parts kind of keep everything copacetic. When somebody steps on a landmine, here come the firefighters to make sure we clear out the mess. The point of having this kind of therapy is to recognize that the landmines are yours to deal with, nobody else's. You can't get mad when somebody pisses you off. You can't get mad when somebody steps on those landmines because those were put there when you were younger. Usually going way back into childhood, those landmines were created by our environment, by our caretakers, through trauma and experiences that we've had. You can't get mad at other people for them there. They don't know that they're there. So if we can pay attention and understand our landmines a little better, our managing parts don't have to work so hard, and our firefighters don't have to operate in a way that might be dangerous for us. Because there's nothing wrong with occasionally checking out or enjoying food or working out. It's when we're doing those things in extremes or in excess that our firefighters are working overtime because we don't want to feel what these landmines represent. So in internal family systems, we learn how to deactivate these landmines so there really is nothing to step on anymore. There's nothing to trigger. There's no hidden, traumatized parts of us in need of attention and care. We've taken care of it. And maybe some of your parts can go back to doing something a little healthier.